What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you don't love the content, you can still do those things because you could help a brother out, because a brother would help you out. Make sure that you comment. Love to have conversations in the comment section. I promise you I will reply because ball is life. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our glorious content. And lastly, hang on towards the end of this video for some other suggested videos that we know you'll love. With that said, we're jumping right into this. We're not holding back. We're not going to sugarcoat this. Listen, man, Kobe Bryant is the best scorer I've ever seen. He's the best scorer of all time. I don't care what anybody says. You can argue with your mama on that one. He's the best. Now, if you want to say Jordan, I'll consider it. And I'm not mad if you say Jordan. I can't be mad at him. He had 10 scoring titles, like, in a row. That's pretty crazy. So I'm not going to sit here and fight with you over that. You might want to say Prime Wilt, because he was doing some crazy stuff back in the day. I can't be that mad at that either. But from what I can show you on tape, on video, and from what I can show you from just the statistical ridiculousness of this man, when it comes to scoring, I don't know if anybody's ever been this good. I don't know if anybody's ever been this good. I just don't know. And then you factor this in. When it comes to Kobe Bryant, here's what a lot of people fail to realize. The first 3 years, he really didn't play that much. Still made the All-Star team in his third year, I believe. But he really didn't play that much. Then, once he finally got on the court, he was still sharing the ball with Shaq. And there was a heavy emphasis on getting the ball to Shaq in the post. Whereas with a player like Michael Jordan, he came in, he could do whatever he want from day one. Carmelo Anthony, Allen Iverson. T-Mac had to sit and wait a little bit also. So I would say T-Mac was in a similar boat. Vince Carter was able to come in and mess stuff up immediately. LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony. I believe Ray Allen was able to come in and just start doing whatever he wanted. Paul Pierce was able to come in and do whatever he wanted. He shared the ball with Antoine Walker, I believe, because Antoine Walker was there first. I think Paul Pierce got drafted in 98, and Walker was the 96 draft with Kobe, if I remember correctly. So maybe he had to share the ball a little bit more. But they wasn't winning nothing really, so I mean, I'm pretty sure he could go off if he wanted to. Kobe had to wait about 3 years to really explode. Pause, no diddy. Onto the scene. Then he had to wait because he was playing with Shaq. And Shaq was dominant. Passing the ball into the post slows the game down. Then he finally got free of that, went nuts, but then ultimately decided against that because he started winning and he valued the winning over some of these crazy scoring outputs. But when I say crazy scoring outputs, I'm not talking about anything you've seen recently. If you're new to the channel, or if you've never really watched Kobe Bryant play before, look at this graphic, man. February of 2003. 1 month. In 1 month, this man averaged 40-something points. In 1 month. Now, he's done this multiple times, but in this particular scoring output, he's got 46 against New York. He's got 42 against Denver. He's got 51 against Denver. 44 versus San Antonio. 44 against San Antonio. The team a lot of players couldn't figure out. They couldn't deal with Tim Duncan and Bruce Bowen and Greg Popovich's system. Kobe mastered it for years. 52 points versus Houston. 40 points versus Utah. 40 points versus Portland, 41 versus Seattle. This might have even been the run where Phil Jackson came to him and said, listen, we're losing the big fella, that being Shaq, the all-time great, the 3-time finals MVP, the big Aristotle, the big Shaqtus, Shaqadamus, right? The great one himself. Kobe was so good that they were losing him. Kobe had to dumb down his scoring output for Shaq. I'm not dissing Shaq by saying that. But what I'm saying is, you know how many years he could have been doing this stuff? You guys want to talk about the greatest scorers we've ever seen? This man was on a leash for at least half of his career. At least half. He was on a leash. He had to work his way to being allowed to do this, even though he could probably do a lot of it almost from jump. Allen Iverson, once again, also one of the greatest scorers I've ever seen. He came onto the scene and he was dropping 40 bombs like it was nothing. Kobe had to wait, still managed to get to this level. 2005, 2006, this is when he's Shaqless. 62 points in 32 minutes. You know what they don't tell you about that 62 points? And I thought it was 63. And maybe it's a different game. It's possible. Maybe. Because I'm pretty sure it was 63. In fact, you know what? That bothers me. Did Kobe score 63 points before the Mavericks scored 60 points? Yeah, he did. Scored 62 points in 3 quarters against the Dallas Mavericks. Thought it was 63. It was 62. Okay. Big deal. 1 point. 62 points in 32 minutes. He scored 60 points before Dallas scored 60 points. That same Dallas Mavericks team, I believe, went to the finals. Let's just verify that. Did the Dallas Mavericks go to the finals in the 2005-2006 season? Yep, they did. And they lost to the Miami Heat, Shaq's team at the time. And they shouldn't have lost. But Dwayne Wade went nuts and averaged like 37 points a game. He went crazy. And they couldn't stop it. He was just getting to the free throw line every other play. But Kobe, against that championship level team. They were on level. They didn't win, but they were on level. 62 points in 32 minutes. Dirk said, basically, we did everything we could, and he just kept going. There's nothing we could do. 6 games with 50-plus points. 6. 27 games with 40-plus points. 48 points in 35 minutes. He averaged 43 points per game in January. He averaged 42 points per game in April. 81 points versus Toronto. 55 points in the second half of a game. That's insane. He had a game where he had 55 points in the first half against Michael Jordan when he was on the Wizards. We actually talked about that on the channel. But 55 in the second half is insane. I don't think you guys understand how crazy that is. That means when the game was more difficult, he got better. Usually it's harder to score in the second half. A lot of times you'll see guys have a 30-point game in the first half, not really do much in the second. At this time, in this era, when Kobe was going nuts in the first half, you knew you were in for it because you were done in the second half too. I remember watching mad games where Kobe Bryant didn't even score in the first 2 quarters and then had like 40 points in the second half. It was easy for him. 2,800 total points, 4 straight 40-point games, 3 times. 3 times? 3 times? Bro, in today's game, SGA is the best player in the league. He's my favorite player to watch. He ain't getting nowhere near 4 straight 40-point games. Definitely not no 3 times. That's not happening, man. That's not happening. It's otherworldly. And remind you, this is the dead ball era. Let's see what teams were averaging during that time. What was the points per game average in the NBA season in the 2005-2006 NBA season? What was the points per game average? 97.6 points per game. This guy scored 81 points versus Toronto, and the average points per game was 97.6, 97 points per game. Come on, man. You're scoring 81. The average is 98 points per game. It's nasty work, ladies and gentlemen. Mainly gentlemen. I'm just used to saying ladies. I know there's probably not a lot of ladies listening to my channel, but it's nasty work, man. 2006-2007, 18 games with 40-plus points. 10 games with 50. 10. What? What? I think Kevin Durant has 3 50-point games in his career. But, you know, he's better at scoring than Kobe Bryant. March 2007, he had a run of 65, 50, 60, 50. 4 in a row. He had 43 points versus Golden State Warriors, 53 points versus Houston. And that Houston game was against Tracy McGrady and T-Mac. And not to throw, salt on an open wound, but T-Mac at the time, that's one of the times when T-Mac was like, if you give me Shaq, well, we gave you Yao. And yeah, you both kind of got hurt, but, just saying, Mac, he put up 53 points versus you guys. When Tracy was on his own team playing against Kobe Bryant and Shaq, I don't remember him scoring 53. But Kobe did. So, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? There is nobody in the modern era that's done this. And if you want to say Mike, fine. Mike is a monster. I will never say Mike's not a monster. You never hear that come out of my mouth. But every bit of the monster that Mike was, Kobe was that too. He was an animal. And if he was playing in today's game and he was this version, any of these versions of himself, there's nothing nobody's doing with him. Nothing. Until this year, I hadn't seen a player take the hits and the bruises and just brush them off and keep going like SGA has. I hadn't seen it since Kobe. And what do I mean by that? Are there other players that can kind of play through physicality? Are there some players that are built like Greek gods, like a LeBron? Yeah. But the stuff teams would try to do to stop SGA and get physical with him, only 2 people on the planet maybe can get physical with LeBron, even now. Maybe a Kawhi Leonard. There's a few guys maybe. Aaron Gordon is one that comes to mind. Julius Randle did a good job on him this year. But overall, there's not a lot of guys that can get physical with LeBron. I mean, you want to get physical, he's going to run you into the third row. He's too strong, too powerful. He doesn't have to play with finesse. But Kobe, at a time when they could be as physical as possible, there was just nothing you could do. His moves were too sharp. He was too disgusting. You had to bring double teams, triple teams, all types of teams to stop Kobe, and they couldn't do it. So when we talk about the best scorer of all time, give me Kobe. And, like I said, if you want to take Mike, fine. Wilt, all right. Everybody else, heck no. I don't want to hear it. And there's some guys that are really good. Some really good guys. I mean, when I think of Melo, I think of Dirk, T-Mac, AI. Kevin Durant is a really good scorer. I just don't think he's at the top of that list, in my opinion. James Harden had a nice little run, but they're not Kobe. There was just nothing you could do in his prime. I remember watching him play against the Rockets outside of these years, and it wasn't that he was scoring 50 every game. You're going against Ron Artest, T-Mac, Shane Battier, and none of them could stop him. That's insane. T-Mac is an underrated defender, and Shane Battier and Ron Artest are 2 of the best I've ever seen. They are great defensively in their primes, and they couldn't do nothing with him. Nothing. Think about what you saw from Lou Dort and Alex Caruso in this past finals. That was Ron Artest and Shane Battier. And Kobe lit them up. Lit them up. Light work. So this is a different animal we're talking about here, people. This is a different animal. I don't want to hear the shenanigans. I don't want to hear the nonsense. Efficiency. You worry about your efficiency as you're getting 53 points put on your head, or 62 in 32 minutes. You worry about your efficiency then. That's an Olympic game. That's an Olympic game. 62 on 62 on your head in an Olympic game. That's what that is. Come on, man. And in fact, somebody tried to play me a few weeks ago when I think I shared this graphic with them. And they tried to say, well, that's why he's not efficient. He doesn't score. Let me tell you something. What was Kobe Bryant's field goal percentage on his 50-point games? 53.4%. He achieved this impressive shooting efficiency while scoring 50 or more points in a game. So when he scored over 50 points, 50 or more, 53% from the field. Well, that's it, and that's all, folks. Again, like, share, subscribe. Share this video. There's a lot of people out there talking trash on Kobe Bryant. They got the battery in their backs. Oh, he shoots 40 shots. Shut up. Shut up. Can you do this? You capable of this? You imagine the stamina you need to score 62 points in 32 minutes? In an open gym, how long would it take you to score 62 points without somebody guarding you? Then add some defense to that. Bring in one person, just one, so you can go one-on-one. Go play King of the Hill with your boys, and the first person to 62 points wins. How long do you think that's going to take you? I'm pretty sure it'll take you longer than 32 minutes. You want to talk about Kobe Bryant's efficiency? Shut the heck up. Just shut up. I don't want to hear it. Whether it's Kobe, Allen Iverson, T-Mac, Ray Allen. Pick any of those guys you want. Efficiency is a stupid way to describe how great somebody really is. Field goal percentage is one way to describe the efficiency of a basketball player. But realistically, it's the one that matters the least. Nobody ever won or lost a game based on how efficient they were. And if you don't believe me, did you watch Kevin Durant on the Suns this year? His 50-40-90 did absolutely nothing to help them win. Zero, zilch, nada. So when you talk about scoring, if you don't mention Kobe Bryant's name, you're a clown. It's that simple. There was nobody scoring like Kobe Bryant. There's nobody I've ever seen that can score like Kobe Bryant. There's nobody you will ever see that can score like Kobe Bryant. The talent is one thing. You add the work ethic is another thing. The mental fortitude to have the drive to want to assassinate people like this is another. If you don't have all three of those components, just step out of the conversation. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you comment. How good was Kobe Bryant? Is there any other scorers that I'm missing that could rival Kobe besides a Mike or a Wilt back in, 50 years ago or however long ago Wilt played? When you could goaltend too, and he was a 7-footer that was bigger than everybody else. Besides those two, who else is in that conversation? Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. I will reply. You know I will. I tell you guys that all the time. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our glorious and fantastical content. Hang on towards the end of this video because we will have some suggested videos that we know you'll love. I truly appreciate your time. I'm very thankful that you listened this long. Very humble. Much love. That somehow you'll never get over leaving me. And when you feel like